Hi everyone! In today's class, I will share with you how to use a foam roller. Okay? So the foam roller that I got it from Decathlon. They have this one that has grooves on it. Okay? But there are also different kinds of foam rollers that are smooth, okay, on the surface. So you can use maybe a smooth surface, or you can use a surface that has different grooves on it. It may give you different sensations. Personally, I like this one so that it can really get into the muscle when we do the release work. Now, if you've been feeling quite tight in the upper back, in the legs, in the butt area, foam rolling will be very helpful. If you have been working out a lot and you feel tight in those muscle groups and you need to do some release work, foam rolling will also help. So there are a lot of different benefits, but this is something that you can do for yourself. So we are going to start on our back. We're going to use the foam roller, okay, foam roller. So we'll set it up, okay, for our upper back. So the one that I have has grooves on it. So if you have a foam roller that has the grooves, it should feel more interesting, okay? Because I don't have the foam roller that's completely smooth. Okay, so you can start off around your back ribs. Okay, see how this feels, and then you can start to lean back onto the foam roller. Now, if you need support, you can interlace the fingers or your hands around the head. Okay, and then when you do this, it'll bring the arms over the head. Okay, and then you can start to lean back any amount, and it should feel, I hope it's a nice yummy stretch for you. All right, and then you can do this a couple of times, just leaning back into it. Okay, imagine we're trying to form rainbows, and then the legs, knees can be bent, or it can be straight, up to you. Okay, and then you can be still here. Okay, and then come up. So you can do this a couple of times. Okay. Or you can even explore, maybe reach the arms over the head. Okay. Now, if you're able to bring the head down, okay, you can reach the fingertips over, and then you can sort of massage or just gently roll onto the foam roller. Okay. Now, this is one option. Second option, okay. Let me slowly come back up. Okay, so we're not rushing. Anytime you bring your head back, okay, we're not rushing to lift the head back up. Okay, now next option. Okay, so I'll still interlace my fingers for support behind the head. Okay, what you can do, bend the knees, we'll lift the hips up, and then you can start to slowly roll up and down. Okay, so up and down. Now, if your hands are interlaced, try to imagine trying to squeeze the elbows together so that the shoulder blades will wing out, okay? And then it will expose more of the muscle right behind the chest, okay? And then don't forget to breathe, inhale and exhale, breathing in and out, okay. Now, if you want to get more in the middle back, lower back, go ahead, you can roll down. Okay, maybe rolling down a little bit more, meaning down the back. Okay, see how that feels. Do this a couple of times. Okay, or maybe stay lifted on the hips, and then you can gently swing or move the chest side to side. Okay, breathing in and out. Okay, one more cycle here. And then from here, we'll lower down the hips, and then we'll release, we'll roll up. All right, now for those who would want a little bit more release for the upper back, if you have blocks, you can set up a platform for your foam roller. Okay, so I'll set up a long platform here. I'm lining up the blocks. Okay, and then I'll place the foam roller on top. Now, you kind of have to eyeball it, bend the knees, and then we'll start to lie down, oops, on the foam roller. Okay, maybe you might need some assistance. Okay, maybe someone can hold the foam roller as you set up, or if it's accessible for your shoulders, you can anchor it for a moment. All right, and then see how this feels first. Now that the floor is higher for the foam roller, now that it's on a platform. Okay, you can stay here. Okay, again, if you need support for the head or for the neck, interlace behind, and then we can start to lean back again. As we breathe in and out as you come up. Okay, so we're getting into this thoracic extension. Okay, now you can do this for maybe 5 to 8 cycles of breath. Okay, now if you need to hold, you can lean back, draw back. Okay, but add the support of the belly. Okay, supporting the back here through the front body. And then you can add a little bit of swing side to side. Okay, now if you still want a little bit more, come back to center, and then maybe you'll start to lift the hips up. Okay, and then see how that feels. All right, then we'll lower down the hips, and then we'll slowly roll up. And then, okay, if you need to hold on to the foam roller, hands on the mat, and then, oops, we'll press ourselves up to seated. Okay. Second on our foam roller is we're going to release our muscles at the bum. Okay, so the muscles at the glutes. All right, so one way to do it is, okay, we're going to sit on the foam roller. Okay, now since if you also have the foam roller that has the grooves on it, you can simply roll on it forward and back. Okay, see how this feels. Okay, breathing in and out. All right, now what we would want is to do one butt cheek at a time, so we get the other parts of the glutes. So the glute area is it's a huge muscle group. Okay, so what we'll do, okay, we're going to lean onto the right butt. Okay, so I'm going to shift to the right side. Okay, so get into that meat of the right butt, and then from here you can even lift your left leg up. Now, once you start shifting to the right side, it might start to feel a lot. So I'm already feeling a lot here. All right, so now that we're leaning more onto the right butt cheek, then you can roll again up and down. Okay, up and down. So one of the objectives of foam rolling is to help release the muscles. So if you can use it for recovery purposes, or maybe you can use it for warm up. So it's always good to prep the muscles or help the muscles recover. Okay? So as you shift onto the right butt cheek, if there are certain areas of the butt where you feel it's extra tight, maybe you can roll onto it or maybe hold. Okay? And then do this a few times, again, maybe 5 to 8 cycles of breath. You can definitely do it longer. Okay? And then let's shift onto the other side. All right, okay, so I'm going to lean onto the left side, okay, the left butt cheek, okay, and then I'm going to bring my right leg over the left thigh, okay, and then we'll start to roll again, forward and back. And then you might observe that each side, okay, might feel different. One side might be more tight compared to the other, and then just learning how our body is. Okay, so we breathe in and out. Okay, now if you feel that the rolling feels quite intense, you can definitely scale back. Okay, use the breath. Maybe hold a certain portion of the butt. Okay, you can even start to swing the leg side to side. Okay, you can play around with the legs here, and then we'll bring that both legs back. Now, if you want to evenly roll again, go ahead, and then we'll release. Okay, we'll slowly come off the roller. Okay, so for the third set, or another way to use your foam roller, is we're going to release the hamstrings, okay, or the back of the legs. So one way, set up the foam roller underneath the thighs, okay, press down on your palms and then lift up, okay, and then you're going to roll forward and backward. I actually find when you do foam rolling, you're also working your arms here. All right, as you breathe in and out. Okay, now see how it feels when you have both legs pressing on the foam roller. Okay, so you also have to engage the belly to help with the lift. Okay, one more breath here. And then from here, okay, we'll lower down the hips. So what we'll do is we'll do one hamstring at a time. Okay, so set up the foam roller that it's underneath that right thigh. Okay, you can bend that left knee, and then we'll roll up again, or sorry, we'll lift up, and then you'll roll forward and backward. Okay, now that it's just the right leg pressing on the foam roller, you can turn the leg out. Okay, see how that feels. Right, we'll also get into the IT band later on. Okay, but see how this feels, right, on the lateral side of the hamstrings. Okay, we'll turn the leg in. See how that feels for the inner thigh, or close to the inner thigh, right? So you can definitely turn the leg out and in. So you breathe in and out. Okay. You can do a hold, maybe if you feel that it's somewhere mid hamstring where you feel that it's most tight for you, hold, and then sort of pressing the leg down on it. Okay. And then again, you can stay here for 5 to 8 cycles of breath, and then we'll release. Okay, let's try that on the other side. Okay, setting up the foam roller underneath the left thigh as we bend that right leg. We'll lift up, okay, and then we'll roll forward and backward again. Okay, as we breathe in and out. Again, you can turn the leg out. Okay. I feel it more on this part of my hamstring. Okay. Or you can turn the leg in, so we get into portions of the inner thigh. Yes, we breathe in and out. Okay, breathing in and out. Again, staying here maybe for 5 to 8 cycles of breath. So if you need to hold certain area of the hamstring, go ahead. Maybe do a press, release, press, release. Maybe on another part of the hamstring, maybe closer to the butt, do a press and release, press and release. And then we'll lower down. Now, if you need to get into your calf muscles, since you're already here at the hamstring area, you can bring the foam roller underneath the calf and then again lift up and then roll forward and backward. Okay. You can do it together or you can do it one at a time. Okay. So similar to what we did earlier, bending that left knee and then rolling underneath the calf. Okay. So let me just quickly show you. Make sure that you do it on the other side as well. Okay, once you put it underneath that leg, and then lifting up, rolling forward and backward. All right, and then we'll release. So for the fifth option, okay, we are going to roll out our quads. Okay, so what you'll do, you'll bring the foam roller underneath, you'll come into tabletop. Okay, and then you'll set up the foam roller underneath the quads. Okay, when you're ready, come down to the elbows, and then we'll press onto the roller. Okay, so you can try it out here first. Okay, if you need to roll down the roller a bit more, go ahead. So once you're there, you can come up to your toes, okay, and then you can roll forward and backward. Okay, so forward and backward. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. This is actually also a nice workout for the shoulders or for the upper back, okay, because we are in forearm plank. All right, one more breath here. and then we'll release. Now, if you want to do it one leg at a time, so similar to what we did with the hamstring, okay, we're going to shift the foam roller to one side first. Okay, so you'll come to your forearm plank, okay, we'll lift up, and then you can roll forward and back again. Now, as you do this, you can let your leg hover, and then maybe try to turn that right leg out and in, okay? And then see, so for me, I need it more when I turn my leg in, okay? That hits a different portion of the quads, okay? You might feel it more towards close to the hip, okay? Maybe turn the leg out, see how that feels. Okay, one more breath here. And then from here, we'll release. We'll bring the knees down. Okay, and then let's set up for the other side. Okay, set up the foam roller so it's underneath the left quad, or left quads rather. And then we'll press that left thigh down. We'll lift up. Okay, and then we'll roll up, forward and backward. Again, you can play around. Turn that left leg in. Okay, see how that feels. Turn that left leg out. Okay. So in my body, I need it more when I turn my left leg in. Okay, so for both sides. And I feel it here more at the top area. Okay, close to the hip bone. Okay. Breathing in and out. Okay, and then you can stay here for 5 to 8 cycles of breath. And then we'll slowly release. Okay, we'll come back to tabletop. And then we'll take a moment. We'll sit. And then see how that feels for you. Namaste. So I hope those 5 different ways to use the foam roller is very helpful for you. If you have any questions, clarifications, or suggestions, please feel free to write them down in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe. So I would like to thank you for watching. This is Every Yoga by Jo and Daya, sharing everyday yoga for everybody.